Hi, I'm Steph, and today I'm going to talk about if outdoor brands really honor their warranties. Now, I've bought a lot of outdoor gears over the years, and recently I've had to deal with a couple of brands because I've had some issues with their products, and I wanted to kind of share my experience with 10 of those brands, and I want to start with the ones that were the very best to work with and going to the ones that I never even got the product back that I sent to them. So let's start with the good, and then we'll kind of get to that. Now, number one is the brand CamelBak. So I bought a CamelBak backpack that had a water hydration system built into it about 10 years ago, and I had used it a lot at first, and then I hadn't used it for years, and then I started using it recently, and it started to fray on the corner, and it was at a really awkward spot, and I really couldn't fix it. So I contacted CamelBak, and I just sent them a little information. I still had my receipt because I had bought it from Amazon, so I was able to find the receipt, and I contacted them, and they said, yes, it's still under warranty. I believe it was a lifetime warranty. And they said, we don't sell that product anymore, but we can send you a replacement. And this, in fact, is the replacement bag they sent me. So you can see this looks different than the one that I had originally, but they gave me some choices, and this is the one I picked. And I didn't even have to send the old product back. So it was really seamless. It was perfect. If I needed to buy another bag like this, I would definitely consider CamelBak because they were really easy to work with. Number two is bending branches. Now, I am a kayaker. I love to kayak, so a lot of the gear I have revolves around kayaking. And I had purchased a wooden paddle, a beautiful wooden paddle for kayaking with, and I had been using it, and I had let my friend Stephanie use it, and we were paddling down one day, and I hear a crack. Whoa! Oh, no! Oh, no!
I wasn't trying to aim for that branch. I was just trying to...
Oh, no.
Shouldn't do that.
The paddle had cracked when she was trying to stop herself from the current that was moving, which is a pretty normal thing that you can do with your paddle, but it cracked. So I took pictures of it. I sent the brake to Bending Branches, not really sure what they do, and they said, we will send you a replacement. So they sent me a full replacement. I didn't have to send back the broken paddle. They sent me both halves of the paddle, so I had my broken paddle and I had my brand new paddle. They were really easy to work with. They honored their warranty to a T. Number three is my ski gloves. Now, I actually didn't go through the manufacturer for this issue. I went to the source that I purchased it from, which was REI. So one really nice thing about REI is if you're a member, which costs about $30 for a lifetime membership, so it is really, really reasonable. If you're a member, you can return any product for any reason within the first year. So I bought these ski gloves for a ski trip, and it had just been a month or two since I had purchased them, and on my ski trip I really didn't like the functionality of them. There's a little magnet part where you can take, they're mittens, but there's a magnet part where you can take your fingers out and you can then put your fingers back in, so you can kind of access things but still have the joy of a mitten, which kind of keeps your hands warmer. But it didn't work very well. The magnets kind of got stuck, and I just wasn't happy with it. So I was able to just take it back to REI. They returned it, no problem. So that's something to think about when you're buying it from a company. Sometimes there'll be stores that will give you a whole year warranty or longer, and REI is definitely one of my go-tos for that, and why I buy a lot of outdoor gear there. Number four is Goodr. Now, Goodr makes really reasonably priced sunglasses, and they're all just fun colors, and my mom actually loves Goodr. She has, I don't know how many sunglasses, a lot, but she had purchased a pair that just didn't hold up. They actually broke, the piece on the side broke off, and so she wasn't sure what she should do, and I was like, well, let me contact them, let me see. And I found out that they had a 1-year warranty on all their products. So I contacted them, I sent them a picture of it, and they said, we'll send you a new one. I think within a week we had a new pair sent to us. So they were really easy to work with, surprisingly so, because the sunglasses are fairly inexpensive, so I didn't think that they would back them like that, but they did, and it was a super seamless process. So if you're looking for a decent pair of sunglasses that has a 1-year warranty on them, look at Goodr. Number five is Dometic. Now, Dometic makes a lot of great outdoor gear, a lot of van life, RV life kind of products, but what I purchased was a way to hold water, and that is this right here. So when I go camping, I need sometimes a place to store my water, and they also have a nice faucet that goes along with this that I've really enjoyed using. But you can have the hydration like this, or you can have it on the side. And one day I was getting this ready to go camping, and when I put it on its side, there is a pinhole that water was coming out of. And it was just a tiny little hole that there's no way I could have created that that issue, but I was about to go on a camping trip, so I kind of tried to tape it up a little bit and went on my trip. It worked okay, but when I got back, I contacted Dometic, showed them the pictures, and they said, we'll send you a new one right away, and they did, and this is my replacement, and they were really easy to work with. They even called me to make sure that the shipping information was sent to me. Number 6 is Haven Tent. Now, my favorite sleeping system is actually a Haven Tent, which is a lay flat hammock, and I've really enjoyed it. I've used it a couple times on my camping trips, and it's a really nice sleeping experience. But one time I was on a camping trip, and through the night, my sleeping pad started to get lower and lower and was losing a lot of air. Put more air in it the next day, and it was losing air. So I got home, and I contacted them, and they said, well, see if you can figure out where the hole is in the sleeping pad. So I did that. I put it in the bathtub, and I tried to figure out where the hole was, and lo and behold, the hole was at the where you put air into the sleeping pad, which there's really no way that I knew to fix that. So I contacted them, and they said, you know, that's an issue that we've seen with our lightweight pad, so we're going to send you a new one. So they sent me this, which is their new sleeping pad. So I believe they don't make the lightweight sleeping pad anymore because of that issue. Didn't have to pay anything for shipping or anything. I didn't have to send back the old one. They're really easy to work with. They definitely back their product. So I would feel very comfortable buying more products from Haven Tent. And something I like about my Haven Tent sleeping system is I can use the sleeping pad for other things. So if I'm sleeping in just a regular tent on the ground, I can also use the sleeping pad for that. So it has a lot of different functions. Number 7 is not a brand, it's another store that I purchased from. It's from Costco. So Mom and I bought 2 e-bikes from Costco a few years ago, and we just really enjoyed using them. But about 2 years after we had the bikes, one of them just stopped working. And I tried to look up fixes online to see how I could make it work, and nothing worked. So we tried contacting Jetson, but they didn't really have any support that we could see. But we remembered that we had bought it from Costco. So we took it to Costco, and they returned it 2 years later. So Costco has a return policy. Basically, if you have any issues with most of their products for any amount of time, you can return them. Don't quote me on that. Look it up yourself. But they will return things multiple years later if you're not happy with it. So we wanted it to work. We tried to get it to work, but it wouldn't, so they returned it. So Costco is definitely another good one to look at. Now, it is a yearly membership fee, but you also get some money back with that membership. So it's a great one to look into. Number 8 is Oru Kayak. Now, I love to kayak, so I have used my kayaks a lot, and I really love foldable kayaks. My very first kayak was the Oru Kayak Inlet, and there was a hole that developed on the bottom of the kayak, and I went through customer service, and I was able to actually get that replaced. Now, it was not as easy as it sounds for me saying it right now. I made a whole separate video about that experience that I will link to, but they did take care of the issue, but I did have to spend a lot of time on chat with Oru Kayak's customer service. I do think it could have been a little bit more streamlined and easier to work with, but ultimately they did cover the product because it had a 1-year warranty on it, and it was almost right at the 1 year. They did send me a new one, and I have had some issues with the new one, but that's for another time. And I haven't contacted customer service about it because they were kind of not huge issues. But I still love my Oru Kayak, don't get me wrong. If you want to hear more about the replacement kayak, let me know. I might make a video about that. Now we're getting into the 2 worst experiences. Number 9 and 10 weren't great experiences, and I'm going to be honest with you. So number 9 is Eno, and they make a lot of great products, a lot of hammock type products, outdoor gear, all of that. And I actually bought their tent that is made to hold a hammock. And I bought that one because it was the one that worked with my Haven tent. And it's called the Nomad Shelter System. And it's worked really well. But the last time I used it, I noticed that the flooring of the tent was sticky. And it was not great. It just had a sticky feeling to it. So I contacted them, and I had only had the system less than a year. And I told them, and I'd only used it maybe twice. And I had been storing it inside the house, inside an open bag, not the stuff sack. And so I had been doing all the things right, but it still was sticky. And they said to me that it probably was the waterproof coating that was coming off, and I needed to recoat the bottom. And I wasn't sold that that was the issue, and I wasn't sold that that was going to fix the issue. So I didn't recoat it, but they really had no other solution for me beyond that to fix it. And I really wasn't confident with that fix. So I was kind of left with the tent that has a sticky bottom to it. And so my solution when I use it next is going to be to probably put a footprint on the inside so that I don't have to step on the stickiness. But they didn't really take care of the issue. I don't know if that's still an issue with these tents or if I got a bad one or what the situation is, but I will be cautious if I want to buy an Eno product in the future. I will probably not purchase from them. I have bought a hammock stand since then for my house, my outdoor hammock here at my house. And I bought a different brand because I was not happy with Eno. But that was my experience. If you've had a different experience with Eno, let me know, because that's just one person's opinion. And number 10 is a brand that I've purchased from a lot, and I have been happy with their products, but I had never dealt with their customer service before, and that is Columbia. Now, they make a lot of different products, a lot of outdoor products, and I had purchased a Columbia ski jacket and inner ski jacket about 10 years prior, and I went skiing 10 years later, and the inner jacket had this metallic kind of coating on it to make you feel warmer, but that metallic coating started to come off and it was peeling off and it was just getting everywhere and it was really a mess. The jacket was still nice, but that was pretty much unusable because it was just making a mess. So I went on their website to see how to do a warranty repair, and basically you have to fill out a form, then you have to mail the product and the form back to Columbia, which I wasn't overly comfortable with because there's no record online that you're doing this, but there was nothing more that I could do. So I had to trust the system, and I filled out the form, sent my product back to them. I washed it first because it said to wash it. I did that. I did everything right. I even made a short video about it, which I never posted, but I'll put some clips here from that. Weeks went by, months went by, years have gone by, and I have heard zero back from Columbia, and I don't have my product anymore. So that was by far the worst experience I've had with customer service, and it will definitely make me consider getting a different brand in the future when I'm looking for outdoor gear. It said it had a lifetime warranty on it, so I would expect that to be covered, but nothing happened. So I definitely did not have a great experience with that. But overall, you can see most of my outdoor brand experiences were great. Now, I've contacted a lot of other companies over the years and had similar experiences. And the biggest thing I've learned is when I go with a quality company or purchase from a quality store, the results speak for themselves. They usually are able to replace the product or give me a new product or fix the product. And that's overall been my experience. Now, if you've had experiences, good or bad, with these brands or other brands, let us know in the comments so we can all learn what some of those good brands are to purchase from, because a lot of times there's a lot of options within, when it comes to a bag, there's a lot of bag options out there. And if you can go with a company that you know is going to back their product, you may want to do that over something you're not sure about. Well, I hope this was informative. It was something that I've been wanting to make for a while because I want to shout out good brands and share honest experiences as well. So thanks for joining, and I hope you have a great day.